Channel who posts a lot of game show videos, it's always interesting to see the evolution of game shows, or kids' game shows. We had early stuff such as Nick Arcade and Guts and Double Dare in the 80s and 90s, to some of the stuff we have now such as Family Feud, Price is Right, and a few other shows. However, some episodes aren't seen among fans, either due to them being banned, such as episodes of Figure It Out and Double Dare, or due to them being unaired pilot episodes, which are only seen by producers, to see if the show works as a concept. After the pilot is made, tweaks are made to make the show better. This middle image of Jeff from Brainsurge was shown in episode 108, but this photo was taken in the pilot episode. At least that's what fans think, because he's never worn that shirt. Hey everyone, Finn begin here, and today we're going to be talking about comparisons from old pilot episodes of game shows, or the first episodes to air, if they don't have pilot episodes, and some later episodes in the rest of the series, and see what the differences are. They can be small changes, such as stuff like Brainsurge and the first 2 episodes figured out, or they can have a lot of changes, such as a lot of the hub game shows like Family Game Night, Scrabble Showdown, and Game of Life. I do have 2 rules when making this list though. Number 1, I'm not including any unaired pilot episodes due to them not having any footage of them, aside from very few pictures, such as Brainsurge and Figured Out. Nick Arcade will be the exception. Well, although I don't have footage, I do have some research online, thanks to Nick Arcade fandom, which gives me info about the series. Number 2, although I might not have footage of some of these episodes, as long as I have knowledge of them, I should be fine, such as the second episode of the Game of Life, and episode 1 and 2 of Brainsurge. Anyway, let's get on with the list, starting with Figure It Out. Starting off with Nickelodeon's popular game show Figure It Out. If you don't include the unaired pilot episode, there weren't many changes in the first 2 episodes compared to the later episodes. The only changes were Billy the Answer Head was white instead of purple. The Secret Slam action also worked a teeny bit different, with instead of Jay announcing the audience member's prize after the panels got slimed, it was announced before.
Now when they get slimed, John will be so dramatic, so dramatic. When they get slimed, John is going to be taking home a prize. Jay, what will John be taking home?
$75 worth of Toys R Us Jeffrey dollars. The totally awesome gift for any kid, because they're as good as cash at any Toys R Us or Kids R Us.
Doesn't that sound great? All right, now when Jay announces this slime action, you guys can get slimed at any time. So I know, Phil, you're going to be really worried about this. I'm picking on you today,
I'm going to be Mannequin Man.
I know. All right, we want to hear what the action is. Let's get started. Jay, tell us the action.
The secret slime action is the head scratch.
Also, during the intro for the first 2 episodes, in the first episode, Alyssa Reyes, who was second panelist from the left, was announced last, and Lori Beth, who was the last panelist from the left, was announced second. This was fixed in the second episode, but Jay forgot to say his line, which was, "Let's see if they can try to figure it out," and here's your host, Summers.
From Nick Arcade, Phil Moore. From All That, Lori Beth Ginberg. From the Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, Adam Bush. Also from All That, Alyssa Reyes. Let's watch as they try to figure it out. From Nick Arcade, Phil Moore. From All That, Alyssa Reyes. From the Mystery Files of Shelby Woo, Adam Bush. Also from All That, Lori Beth Ginberg.
Anyway, let's move on to another popular Nickelodeon game show, which is Brainsurge. There weren't many changes for Brainsurge for the early episodes, being 102 to 114. However, the thing with 114 is, Nick and Mick pointed this out, and I can actually agree with this. It's believed that 112 is actually the last episode, and 114 and 109 were supposed to be swapped because of the rule changes. We don't know if that's true or not, but that's just our theory. The only changes between 102 and the later episodes are there was no announcer for this intro part, which I will show you. I'm going to use 105 as an example. And for level 2, when people list off items from Jeff's road trip, there are no pictures at the bottom of the screen that show the items they list off. And this is the only episode to feature the Nutstech Wrist Music Watch as a level 2 prize. Anyway, let's get on to the changes. If 102 is found, when you're editing this, before this goes up, if it is found, you can put footage of that, but if it's not, then just keep it the same. For now, the previous segment, none of the newer stuff was found, so this is just a re-recording of the audio because I record the audio at a bad time. My audio was quieter, so let's go over the changes. There is an announcer. I don't know what I was thinking. It's the same as the early episodes. Also, I want this out in a second. The images don't appear at the bottom of the screen, which I've shown before. Which I will show you. When I start listing off items from Jeff's road trip.
Drain. Lindsay, what do you got for me?
Babe.
Babe? Area 51. Area 51
Yes, you can see nothing's at the bottom of the screen. So that's pretty much it. Actually, there was some new stuff I didn't know. Actually, if you look in the knockout round, you can see the, Lindsay and Allie are left. Right, but what's weird is, if you look in the knockout round, they're actually flipped.
Because I'm about to kick it up. Make a match correctly, stay in the game. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds.
Rewatching this episode, I think I actually do remember that, but it's not something that, like, I would remember, like, now. Like, rewatching, I kind of, which weird is, like, I remember this on, seeing this on Nick.com, but it's not, like, one of the things I remember a lot. Also, I didn't point this out in the other thing, so despite having a higher score, Jesse actually went down before Alexis, which, that's one thing I do remember about this episode.
And then you head down the brain drain. Jesse, come on down! Alexis, you're up! Thanks for playing!
And I didn't know, so also in 103, same stuff happens. Bennett has a higher score, but he still goes down first, which I don't understand.
Well, there's only one way out of here. Bennett, Kylie, come on down! Here comes Kylie. Nice. She had a good time.
Okay, now back to me from a month ago to tell you about the differences between the early episodes and the newer episodes. One of the changes is the announcer is actually different. These episodes, which I'll play here.
Welcome to Brainsurge, the only game show where you don't have to know anything to win. Here's your host, Jeff Dutton.
Another change is when Jeff introduces the contestants, he doesn't give a little funny line after like he does in the other episodes, which I will show you.
Patrick is shooting for the moon. He wants to be an astronaut. Shelby likes to rock the electric guitar. Cameron once ripped his pants doing a backflip. I'd stick to the front flips. Maria wants to be a secret agent when she grows up. Amber hates the ocean but loves the boogie board. And Nick is fast on his feet. He's a dancer and does taekwondo.
Aside from that, level 1 works the same. Level 2, there were actually some changes, which I will skip. Give me a second. One thing to keep in mind is when it can, for these early episodes, if a contestant were to get an answer wrong on these question stories, the answer would get thrown out and Jeff will reveal what the correct answer is after. In episodes 130, 131, and 138, questions were thrown out, but the answer was never revealed. Also, another thing I want to show you is when a contestant sits down, they're wrong, and they get pulled back, instead of the usual noise, it's that, but there's an air horn, which I'll show you here.
Ferocious animal snatched me out of my parents' vehicle.
Tiger?
Oh, hang on, Amber. It was not a tiger, but it was of the big cat family. It was a lion.
One final change is with level 3, the 4x4 music is actually different, and I heard when a contestant makes a mistake, the noise is actually different, which I'll show you here.
Here! There it is. Pay attention. Here's your first path. You're gonna see it twice. All right, the clock's gonna start when you make your first step, whenever you're ready. Ease off. Walking a little gingerly. Oh, no. Come on back, Patrick. Wait, we're gonna see it again. Shake it off. Shake it off, kid. You got it. You got it. Here he is. He's off. He's got it. All right, stay. You got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Stop the clock. Stop the clock. Patrick, you are the proud owner of a new guitar. Put it upstairs. Come right over here.
But the 5x5 music is actually the same,
Seconds left. Clock starts when you make your step.
which I will show you.
He's off.
Another weird thing to know is, for these first 2 winning episodes, there were actually mistakes made. For episode 104, Nickel point out there is no logo in the timer isn't there, it's the logo. Here, he stops the clock, but the clock keeps counting down. See, look. Yeah, see? He stopped at 4:34, I count down to 2:82. Aside from that, no huge changes. Because we don't have a pilot, we don't know about those changes. Anyway, let's move on to our final Nickelodeon game show, which is Nick Arcade. Information about the pilot. I have the thing loaded up. So Alyssa from episode 137 actually mentioned this on her Twitter. Someone talked to her from the Discord. It's actually that all the contestants, with the exception of Skylar, were actually in the pilot episode. The thing was, stuff went like so bad or something, they had to refilm it. Which I do have tweets, I'm not going to show them on camera, but I do have a microphone for reference. There was an audience member, and Alyssa mentioned this. A few things. One of the audience members mentioned that there was problems with the chairs. They also mentioned they were there for 13 hours, and the audience members weren't allowed to get up and get food or anything. Which literally sounds like a damn crime. Yep, 13 hours to film a game show. And this is coming from the same game show that had the kids leave themselves to the studio and almost get arrested. Thank you, Isaac, for mentioning that on your video. It was also mentioned in the on our post that Alyssa actually lost the first round, and Maya actually won. But in the actual released episode, Alyssa won and Maya lost the knockout round. And I'm gonna read this tweet. Someone asked, "How was Maya? She seemed pissed when she lost the knockout round." And Alyssa said, "I hate that chick. Spoiled crybaby brat. She was pissed. We filmed the first episode ever and I lost the first round. She won the whole thing, and when we had to refilm, she lost to me and threw a bitch fit." That's actually what the tweet says. They also mentioned why they had to refilm, and Alyssa said there were many technical and mechanical issues with the episode. Someone also mentioned that all the contestants were actually in the episode. Well, 5 of them. One of the kids who was with the pilot, who was in blue, couldn't film, so they had to get a new contestant. Another thing was, someone asked if they have footage. She does not have footage of the pilot. So you can see there's, I'm guessing Maya, Alyssa, Philip, Mike, Austin, and the kid we don't know. Here's more photos. Here's a picture of Austin, so we were right about that. There's Jeff. There's the person in purple. It was Maya, and also the photo I showed at the beginning. So we don't have footage of the pilot, but we do have more info. So Alyssa is thankfully provided us with a lot of info. Anyway, back to you, past me, so we can go over Nick Arcade. Okay, so we're gonna be using the Nick Arcade fandom to get some photos. Here's the original post heist. As you can see there. The original brainstorm, which is called Brainwave. I'll put a link in the description if you want to see this, because it's kind of cool. A few other changes included. Instead of being called Creepyville, it was called Mikey's Nightmares. And also, in the pilot episode, there wasn't just one area Mikey would go to. There was 2. One of each round. Here is the map. Here's Mikey's Excellent Adventure, which is Time Warp. And also, the map looks a lot different. For the spaces, here's the old Pop Quiz logo. There was 5 categories instead of 4. Got the prize logo. Arcade, this was pretty much the video challenge. Only one person would go and play the video game, and the other person stayed at the podium. And instead of using the whiteboard or Magnadoodle to write down their score, they wrote down a piece of paper. Here's another example of the logo. Here's some of the arcades. There's Mario 3 and Sonic. The video puzzles. There was only one type per round. Flash frame in the first one. And what was that in the second one? You have Time Bomb, which was only in round 2. And it was a hidden square instead of being all marked on squares. The contestants would have to give a certain number of things under a category in 10 seconds instead of ping pong word back and forth. And this was also worth 50 points instead of not being a scoring question. Here's some of the enemies. Here's what the goal or exit looks like for each round. And then the bonus round was the video zone. Also, you can see that's not Phil Moore, it's someone else. Here's some set signs. There was actually that is not the damn photo I'm using. There was actually a blue team and a red team instead of a yellow and a red. A few more changes were the video zone. There was no video zone, which is a bonus game. There was, it lasted 2 minutes instead of 1. Here's the board. Someone can correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure Phil Moore did not host the pilot. I don't have footage of the pilot, so I'm not sure. Anyway, the next segment is going to be Family Feud, which we actually do. Okay, next we have Family Feud. I'm going to compare the pilot episode from 1975 to the premiere episode in 1976. I'm going to show 75 first. First thing to keep in mind is the announcer is actually Johnny Olson instead of Gene Wood.
It's time for the Family Feud. Introducing the Spear family. Bob, Dee, Lisa, Paula, and Greg. Ready for action. Introducing the Madvig family. Ellen, Carolyn, Ida, Carol, and Ellen. On your marks, let's start the Family Feud. With the star of Family Feud, Richard Dawson.
Time for the Family Feud. Introducing the Mosley family. Wayne, Shirley, Melissa, Bridget, and Chris. Ready for action. And the Abramowitz family. Hilda, Karen, Ken, Barbara, and Shirley. On your mark, let's start the Family Feud.
Another thing to keep in mind is the joke at the beginning that Richard does is actually the same in both.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I haven't felt that excited since I got the oil drilling rights to Jack Lord's hair. Thank you.
And here's the pilot episode.
Family Feud, and that's where two typical American families fight it out for family honor and a little spending money for the relatives. If I look happy tonight, I am. I've just got the oil drilling rights to Jack Lord's hair.
Another thing is that the gameplay was actually different than the stuff you'd see now. For example, only the heads of families would face. You can see the board is actually different.
Or up on the board.
Also, the heads of the families would buzz in, would do the face-off every round instead of each family member. You can see the buzzers are actually different.
You can see there are 5 of them. Here's the question. The thing to do is try to get the most popular answer. Name something that little girls say they want to be when they grow up.
Bob. Actress.
Actors?
Actress.
Actress. Don't get testy. Man's become King Kong here. An actress. Let's take a look.
Another thing to keep in mind is, see, heads of the families are facing off every round. Another thing to keep in mind is, if a team were to steal an answer, those points from a stolen answer will be added to the score. This wasn't used in the early shows, but it was used in the Bullseye format with Ray Combs, the 94 Dawson return, and Anderson, and the first season or 2 of Richard Karn.
If it's on the board,
Teacher.
Said president down here. Teacher is the answer. If teacher is on the board, they capture the bank, the Spear family.
Also, the scoreboards are up there.
The Madvigs capture the bank. Do little girls want to be teachers?
Another thing to keep in mind is there are no double questions, only single. And you can see the name directory right there.
If Harry Truman is not on the board, the Spears capture the bank and go for the fast money.
As you can see here, still single points. Another thing to keep in mind, because it was only single points, this first episode took a total of 5 rounds to win. Because the Mad Pig got the first 2. Sorry, the Spear got the first 2, the Mad Pig got the 3rd and 4th, and the Spear finally got the 4th one, the final one. If I could talk, that'd be great. The fast money, still the same format though. So we're gonna go into the hub game shows where we see a ton of changes, starting with the game. I forgot to include this for the Family Feud segment, so I mentioned the buzzers. This is from 77. The buzzers actually were changed due to a controversial moment, which I will show here.
Dollar values are doubled. This could decide the winning family. Surveyed 100 people. The top 4 answers are on the board to this question. Name something people put plugs in. Your answer, sir.
Outlet, wall outlet.
A wall outlet. We'll see if that's there before I talk about this lawsuit. Wall outlet. Number 1. Come here.
We're good. He can borrow mine. I'm a good contractor.
Yeah, let me get this straight. You are the building contractor, aren't you? I see. All right, I'll talk to you about this just a little later. Luckily, your dad is a lawyer. Now, you are going to play?
We are going to play.
And I will go with you.
Due to this being controversial, they were actually allowed a chance to come back. The next show, they didn't win, but they at least were given a second chance.
You get $81 there. You got $81 on the board plus $769, okay? We thank you very much. Just a second now. Yes, sir. We're going to bring you back tomorrow because we're not sure that this did not stop him from hitting it, okay? Does that seem fair?
It's awfully fair.
We'll see you later.
It's finally time to talk about the hub game shows, starting with the Game of Life. I did grow up with this game show along with Scrabble Show and Family Game Night. However, looking back, this is probably my least favorite of the 3. Frank is a good host. He's better than Justin Willman. The problem is the show was a lot more luck-based, and it's like, if you didn't know trivia stuff, well, you're screwed. And some of the trivia stuff was kind of BS anyway. So, another thing is, we're going to start with the differences. I'm using episode 1. We don't have episode 2, however, I do have knowledge of episode 2. So, at least in the first episode, instead of it being Frank introducing what the grand prize is in his intro, the anime intro, then me and the team, it's the anime intro first, then Frank does it. Which I will show here. So round 1, worked the same. The second, round 2 actually worked differently. It was the team who was behind played first. In the first episode, the second team, so it didn't matter. So episode 2, it has the first and only time the left team actually plays first. You can see that, and then also the team went behind. The 400-point question was worth extra gas, not the 600-point, which I'll show here. And the bonus round was actually a little more interesting, so you could actually win 2 prizes. Like you can see here, normally, whatever they picked, odd or even, the thing would flip over, saying what the bonus prize was, and it'd be like that. Here, nothing's flipped over, because there's actually an extra prize underneath, which I will show here. The final round, the stunt, work the same way as it usually does. The bonus round, or the final round, actually was worse than it was on the actual show. Because here's why. Normally they'd ask you each family member, would you rather question based on the paths they chose and the final thing. Also, thank this person for putting frickin' ads on this. Okay, here we go. So you get a bonus number, and you'd also pick odd or even. So normally the average would be, 2 people get it right, you get 2 bonus numbers plus the odd or even, 7 out of 10 chance of winning. Most of the time, you didn't even win because the show was frickin' rigged anyway. I've even seen I've seen several episodes where it's like, oh, I'm gonna pick 9 and 3 or something, and then it lands on 1 or 5 or 7 because the thing was damn weighted. I mean, the bonus spin, I did stats on this, it landed on 10 like 8 times in a row, or 8 out of 30, which is actually ridiculous, and it didn't even land on like 7 or 8 once. So the thing that's dumb is, normally instead of that, everyone picks the numbers. You only get 3 numbers instead of, you only get 3 numbers instead of 5, which Frank will show you. It's good because you don't have to pick odd or even, but
even better. For winning the game, you each get to pick a number on our spinner, and if the spinner lands on any of your numbers, you win a special dolphin adventure in Hawaii. Okay, pick your numbers. Let's go. Here we go. Let's get some numbers going here. Lucky numbers. All right. 4, 7, and 10. Lock in your numbers.
the things you can see, of course, do light up. So what I'm curious of, is would they win an extra prize along with the bonus prize? Because the grand prize, because you flip it over.
Don't worry. There's a prize under there, and let's see what you won.
Another thing is, in the second episode, this isn't related to the pilot, but it is. It was the only time in the entire show where we had a shutout in the final round. And because of the format, the team only got 3 numbers, so a 30% chance of winning, which was really dumb. Other than that, like major differences aside from the bonus stuff. I am kind of glad they fixed this because I do like the bonus round where you can win both prizes or 2 prizes. Yeah, this sucks. Like, it lowers your chance. Like a 7 to 70% chance of winning, you have like a 50% chance. Which, considering it's based on luck, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the middle game show where the gameplay worked, but it had a not so good host with Scrabble Showdown, and we're going to be using my recordings because I'm the only one who has footage of it. So I can't get taken out for copyright because it's my stuff. Time to go over another hub game show, which is Scrabble Showdown, which unlike the Game of Life, had the opposite problems. It had a good format, but Justin Willman had the "I don't really give a damn about my job" look. Anyway, we're gonna be doing the first 2 episodes. As you can see, it's mine because the glasses and the crappy island tour copy. So the thing is, in the beginning, they actually don't, and the teams don't announce what their dream trips are, which I will show you here.
So you are Catherine, you are Greg. Nice to meet you guys. I'll shake your hand first. Where are you from?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, California. I've been there. Hi, how are you? You're Kayla, you're a Kathy.
Yes,
nice to meet you guys. Where are you from?
Burbank, California.
Burbank, California.
Yes.
Very important question for both of you guys. Do you like to play games?
Yes.
Okay, good. If you said no, this would have been awkward. You're in the right place. Are you ready for a showdown?
So in the first 2 episodes, Scrabble Flash is actually the first game. And another thing is, Scrabble Showdown works a little bit different. Or Scrabble Flash, sorry. As you can see, I'll skip a little bit ahead. When someone gets a word right, the table will actually light up instead of the tiles.
Here are your letters. Go.
Oh my, alright. Cat.
Yes, nice.
As you can see there. Also, you would win 1 tile instead of being electronically, which I actually do like this new format, which I will show you here. I actually do love this format better than the crappy electronic ones.
Tickets to anywhere, but this begs the question. Catherine, where is your anywhere? Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Paris.
Paris. Have you guys been to Paris before?
No.
So why Paris?
The pastries.
It's all about the pastries.
Yeah.
Cheese.
And the cheeses
All about
and
the
the baguettes.
Wow. It's all about the food. It's food. You know, you put it in a French restaurant and save a lot of money. Just do it here. All right then, reach it in there, Catherine. Grab a tile. This tile can make a difference in whether you guys get that trip to Paris or not. She's got it. All right, here it is. We will reveal this tile's value.
Yeah, they actually don't even show the value on it, which is cool. I like this better, so then you can't, you know, both teams can't get a Z or a Q. Knockout works differently. Instead of the team who won get to choose if they go first or second, it's the team who's behind will go first, which is kind of the same as Game of Life. So for Scrabble Knockout, instead of each team picking one, there's 2 categories. Each team picks one. Both teams actually pick a category, one of 2, which I will show you here.
The first and the last letter are always in their correct position, so the 3 extra letters are in between. Don't forget, you can pass if you get stuck.
There's also no face cam for the adults.
If you want to be a superhero, here's your first word. Go.
And here's the second team going.
Turn. Catherine, you are up. Here are your categories. Mom, can I keep it? And I'd like a large to go.
Mom, can I keep it?
Yeah, as you can see, I'll show you. There is no face cam for this episode. And you know, same thing, they get the 2 tiles. Slam, aside from the red background, there is literally no difference. The winner would get 3 tiles, but pretty much no difference. In level 3, they actually don't have the, sorry, for Lightning, they actually don't have the blocks, but the squares, they actually reveal the tiles on a screen, which I will show you.
Now the bag only contains multi-point tiles. Most of your tiles are. Greg and Catherine, you picked up a K for 5, a B for 4 giving you 9, and a Q for 10 giving you 9. Kayla and Kathy, let's see what you guys got. You got an F for 4, a Y for 4 giving you 8, and a J for 8 giving you 16 points.
Also for Lightning, something that's interesting is there's actually a production error, which I'll show you, which it says the first one's double, but it's only worth 7 points, which I'll show you.
For 7 points. A Pirate, Yankee, and Dodgers home. Kayla.
Plate?
Plate is correct. Nice.
And you can see when they build on the letters, it's actually different, see? And this is also interesting. This is the first and only episode in the show where we have a quadruple point score or a pair of doubles, which I will skip a little bit for.
Is correct, nice work. Getting back up there. Building off the I in period. Here are your letters. It's a pair of doubles for 72 points and a win for either team. Katy Perry's Explosive 2. Catherine, this is for the win.
Firework.
Firework is correct.
And the where they location is, they don't say the
Give me a second.
thing in the background. Okay, we're on episode 2. The format works the same. There are 2 different games though. The first one's Flash, the second one is Scream, which is for 2 tiles, which works differently in this episode than the newer ones, which one of them is they actually they don't go to the front and run back and forth, they actually just stay there. Another thing is they're actually given 3 Scrabble bags.
3 Scrabble tile bags. Pick the one you want to play with, left, middle, or right.
Right.
Right it is. All right, when the first tiles hit the rack.
And it's actually a lot quicker, which this episode actually has the fastest time.
Here are your first tiles. Go.
R.I.P.
So that's the same, and then you go to Babel. Babel is for 3 tiles, and it's the same thing, except the only difference is, once again, you get the towel bags.
Helen to save a blank tile. You can go all the way to a maximum of 60 seconds. Kick and go with we're playing for. So Melissa, we have 3 Scrabble bags to choose from. Each has a different set of letters. Which do you want? Left, middle, or right?
The left.
The left. Yeah, are you a lefty?
I'm not, but my sister is, so in her honor.
So this is for your sister. I love it. All right, left bag it is. We're going to start the clock at 0. Remember, if you get stuck, you can pass.
The bottom is still the same. And this is kind of interesting, I guess. There's actually a production mistake, which the red team actually got the blue scoreboard, and the blue actually got the red scoreboard. And this is actually the only episode where we have more than 1 triple. We actually have 2. Here's one of them.
Tom Brady's a true one. Melissa.
Patriot.
Patriot is correct. Nice save. Points. It's
And then here's the second one.
building on the E. Internal. Here are your letters. It's a triple for 21 points and a possible win for Bill and Zoe. Tune in. Melissa.
Antenna.
Antenna is correct. This is a good
Okay, so it's time to move on to the final game show, which is actually one of my favorites. I don't give a crap what childhood he says, because their opinion is wrong. We're gonna be moving on to Family Game Night, where we're gonna talk about this. The differences. We're only gonna do a season 1. I might talk about season 2 with minor differences, but season 1's the major one. So, final game show, which is Family Game Night. I'm going to be covering the first 2 episodes of season 1. I know there's like a little bit of changes for the other seasons, but I'm going to stick with the first. First thing is the cards are in a shuffled order.
Those cards are the key to your ultimate victory because each card has a dollar amount, and today's top Monopoly Crazy Cash card is worth, show us the ball, $10,000!
Now we're going to go over the games that are different. One of the things is Boggle is actually 3 minutes instead of 2, and there's no bonus word.
And let's boogie boggle. Ready, go.
My word is lay. L-A-Y. Lay.
Good. 3 points.
And they show the longest word at the end, which I will show. which I...
My word is Ray. R-A-Y.
Ooh, time ran out before you could finish the word, but come on back over here. Mackenzie's family, 32, 35. The longest that we had on this board, guys, was freezer. Freezer's the longest word, but you guys with 35 points get a crazy cash card.
First.
Now, whatever one here's the card has the most money at the end of the show, you're going to get a Monopoly Crazy Cash, brand new karaoke machine.
They're all different. Both players shoot at the same time, and they alternate. No, they shoot at the same time, and it's best 2 out of 3 rounds instead of, you know, the normal format.
Come on, families, get those balls in there. Get those balls.
Stay with your partner.
Red, you have 3. 1 wins. One more. Come on, guys. Get it in there. Red wins first round.
Story works same as the original. Cranium works a lot differently. It's everyone gets to play at all games are played. So in the pilot episode, the dads make the cranium clay. For the star performer, the kids do like charades and stuff.
Are you ready? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Ready, set, perform.
You are pushing your face.
Yes! Let's do it.
You are pounding. You are playing rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah!
You get the idea. For this one, the moms would, for day ahead, the moms would locate states, which, this is not been in any episode.
What state is that? Yes.
Virginia.
Is it Virginia? Yes, Virginia, home of the Intimidator 305, which up to 90 miles an hour.
Then the Adapts Mountains like their stuff. 50 points for a correct guess.
Good job! And that takes you up to 70 points.
We needed that.
And then the final one, they'll show words on the screen very slowly. And the kids will play it, and they get 30 points if they get it.
All right, 30 more points. Let's go to the next word. 220 to 70. Yellow team needs a word. Lauren.
Quick.
It is quick. You got 30 points, Lauren. Great job, great job. Let's do another word, guys. Here we go. Pay attention.
And then that's it. Whoever has more points wins. There's different games in the second episode, which I'll cover. Also in Bob, but the sound effects are different.
Kick it.
For the voice
Shout
sound.
it.
Bop it.
Twist it. Pull it. Kick it. Bop it. Pull it. Shout it.
Ninja.
Honk it. Shout it.
Yellow.
Twist it. Rotate it.
You get the idea? Now I'm going to go over the
$1,190 if you want to go to Jamaica. Okay. All right. You a little nervous? A little bit. Me too, for some reason. I don't even get to go on the trip. All right. Take that pretzel card. Put it right in there. Here we go. Your first card.
The amount's not even on the screen. It's on the monitor. Which this is only shown in the 2 episodes.
There you go. We
they
still
randomize it in 3
You are $2,855 away. Now put that next one in. Let's go. This is the soda card. This one is worth $540. Don't forget that one. You're going to want that. Yeah. Okay. Now, we're getting down to it. You have 2 cards left. 2 cards. You have $875, Mackenzie, okay? That means that you still have a little bit of catching up to do. Your next two cards must total more than $2,315 to beat Lauren's family. Okay? All right, let's go. Here's your Monopoly crazy cash card, the Battleship. It's the Battleship. And the Battleship card is worth $10,000!
Only time the highest amount isn't revealed last. I got it in the pilot episode.
You are going to Jamaica! Put your last card in. And you still had one more card. And that last card was worth another $4,000. Wow, that's a lot of money. Mackenzie, your family's walking away with $14,875. The trip and all those wonderful prizes.
So now I'm going to cover the second episode, which has kind of the same stuff. You know, Boggle, Bop Up. We do have a few different stuff. And actually something that still shocks me to this day. I'm going to cover episode 2. You know,
the Monopoly Crazy
they're
Cash
also in
cards.
different
Now,
order
you
than
have
the first
first pick.
episode.
Choose any Monopoly Crazy Cash card.
Soccer ball.
All right, the soccer ball. And we'll put it right over here under yellow. There you go. Angel, your turn to choose a card.
Dog. I'm gonna go with the dog.
You're going to go with the dog. Listening to Mom and Dad. All
That
right.
was the second
We'll
one
set it
from
right over
the
here.
Now, also, I just learned this like 5 seconds ago. Instead of in a shuffle order, they actually did them in alphabetical order for the newer episodes. Occasionally they switch it, like the piggy bank and the plane, or like the skateboard and the soccer ball. But aside from that, nothing major. I'm not really gonna show Yahtzee. It's the same thing, except the only difference is they don't give away the TV if you get Yahtzee. Also, the younger siblings do the cranium. For data head, it's the dads doing it.
Get it wrong, guys. The other team will have the chance to steal. 10 points each is what I'm going to give you for every correct answer.
You have to guess presidents.
Mike, Robert, good luck to both of you. Get ready. Let's play. That is Mike.
Bill Clinton.
That's correct. There you go. 10-0.
And then the charade thing, it's the kid and the dad. I said the siblings.
All right, go.
Opening the shirt. Tying a bow tie.
Tying a bow tie, yes. Here's your next one.
Next, the word worm is actually different. It's before and after, I like to call it, because it's like the Wheel of Fortune puzzle. So it could be like couch blank chip. It'd be potato, because couch potato or potato chip. This was actually used in a later episode, episode 11, or technically 25 in error order. Bye.
Beth?
Report.
Report. Yes, report for another 30 points. Another 30 points for Team Yellow.
And then operation is different for a few reasons, which I will show you.
Time you will run over here to Sam. Sam is waiting for you, and what you will do is you will grab
the points are in
something out of there using these miniature tongs.
And they're also smaller.
What you don't want to do is this. because that means you go right back to the end of the line.
And the obstacle
Once you
course is
have
different.
grabbed a piece of Sam, you will come over here and you will limbo underneath there. Then you will climb up right
Because
over
the
here
balance beam
to
is
the
longer.
very end of the thermometer. If you knock off the limb bone or if you fall off the balance beam, you have to go back to the end of the line. But after the balance beam, it is right through our big box of tissues. Then you take your piece and you place it against its match right here on the board. Do you have it, families? Yeah! Okay, I figured that you would. Each piece is worth a different amount, and the harder it is to remove over there, the more points it is worth. Okay, guys, I love it. Each team plays for 2.5 minutes, and the team...
Yeah, 2.5 minutes instead of 2. Green instead of red.
$300. All right, now, Angel, you have one more card. It all comes down to the horse card. You think that's the $10,000 card?
I hope.
Yeah. It just needs to be more than $3,620, and you will be on your way to the Caribbean. Okay, Angel?
Awesome.
All right. Put it in there. Here comes the horse card. And it is worth $740. But it's not enough. Connor, your family wins $3,920. That trip to Antigua and all those great prizes that you won tonight.
Another thing that I want to point out is this is the only episode on the entire show where they never reveal what the top dollar card was. You think they would, but they don't.
Great game. Enjoy all your money, all your prizes. Thank you so much. Enjoy the trip. We'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, like they don't even reveal it. So that's gonna be the end of this Game Show Pilots video. This took like 2 to 3 months to edit. Thank you guys for 900 subs. This wasn't originally gonna be a 900 sub special because I had, I think, 750 by the time I started filming this. Hope you guys enjoyed this trip through memory lane. For the older episodes. At the time I'm doing this, still, Family Game Light, no, sorry, Figure It Out Pilot, Unaired Pilot, still not available. Brainsurge's Unaired Pilot, still unavailable. The Nick Arcade Pilot, still can't find footage of that thanks to frickin' Viacom and removing it on Dailymotion, but, hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm probably gonna do more Brainsurge compilations like usual. And then I'll try to do like some top 10s for Brainsurge or something. Yeah, see you guys for the next video. Later, guys.